Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new documentary, Put Your Soul on Your Hand and Walk. And this is a very interesting and unique film that comes from filmmaker Fatem, who develops this connection with Fatima Hossona through all these video calls over the course of 200 days, documenting Hossana's experience under siege and her life as things get more and more intense throughout this whole situation, and unfortunately leading up to her death. And this film seems like it's a really hard sell, especially for something that's almost 2 hours of just people basically on FaceTime talking with each other. But it's so powerful and meaningful in terms of the context of this Palestinian woman connecting with this filmmaker and really documenting her experiences under siege. There's moments of joy and connection where she gets to really develop this relationship with this filmmaker, and it becomes something much more meaningful than just, hey, let's be able to check in on how, status, how things are going. There's something much more emotional and meaningful there. You have moments where Hossana is able to, introduce members of her family, and you build that connection. And you can tell these calls become more and more meaningful. And there's some ups and downs. Sometimes there's this distance that develops and this challenge when you can tell things are really not going great. And then you have dropped calls and, the connection gone. And that just keeps building up the tension. It's like, why did it get disconnected? Did something happen? And that tension is built up throughout this film more and more and more. And it's a very harrowing experience just navigating the fact that this is all a documentation of this woman's last 200 days of her life. And we see firsthand from her experiences, her emotional state, and how she is processing all of this. And this is such a unique approach to telling a story. And with this tension, this human connection, it makes this feel so much more engaging than what you would expect from such a limiting medium of how you tell a story. But at the end of the day, this documentary is so deeply emotional. It gives a lot of context and perspective to what's going on. And it's a haunting experience, feeling like you're watching the last bit of somebody's life, and they're struggling, they're fighting, but they have no idea what is going to come and happen to them. And that feels like such an uncomfortable but poignant experience. And I think Farsi does a great job of bringing this all together and delivering something so poignant and so moving in the end. But those are my thoughts on Put Your Soul on Your Hand and Walk. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.